What's going on, everybody, and welcome back once again to the channel. And before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe and sack that like button if you haven't already, because why not? And let's begin. So today's video, I'm going to be doing my top 5 current NFL quarterbacks right now. I want to leave it at 5, focus a little more on the 5. My critique is very simple. Who do I think is better? Based on the team success of last year and previous years and stats and just watching them play and just who's more clutch and who's more of a talented quarterback. So let's begin. Coming in at number 5, I have Russell Wilson. Now, Russell Wilson has fell out of a lot of people's top 5 list, and I just think it's unfair. For a guy who, quote unquote, had a down year last year, he threw 25 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. And let me remind you, he missed 3.5 games. He easily could have hit 30 plus touchdowns. His team went 6-8, but that is no fault of his own, as Seattle's defense was one of the worst in the league, and his offensive line continued to be terrible, to put it mildly. Russell Wilson, I think, will be much better off with the Denver Broncos, and Russell Wilson has the best deep ball in the NFL right now, and one of the best of all time. His deep ball, I mean, he can place that ball perfectly wherever it's needed to be. I think with Denver, it may take a year for them to mold well together, but I think it's going to be a good match for the Broncos. And also, Russell Wilson had a 103.1 rating last season. I mean, his rushing ability is still very much in play. Now, coming in at number 4, I have Justin Herbert, the quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert's been in the league now for 2 years and has had one of the better starts we've seen to a career in his first 2 years. He has yet to start in a playoff game, but to be quite frank, I don't give a damn. This guy has had an incredible start to his career. In the last 2 seasons, he's thrown 69 touchdown passes to just 25 interceptions and has made it to the Pro Bowl 2 times. He may have the strongest arm in the NFL, more so than Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. It's very possible. That throw he made against the Giants last season on the run for a 70-yard bomb, I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know about him. And I just think, to me, his main issue, turn the interceptions down a tad. He hasn't thrown a lot, but 10 picks his first year, 15 his second year. That's not a lot, but it's something you want to turn down, and it's the reason why his overall quarterback rating is at a 97.9 and not quite at the 100 mark. But I think Justin Herbert is just getting started, and the fact that he hasn't started in a playoff game that is nothing to do with his play. It's just unfortunate things and lack of coaching and continuity. You also got to remember, he's put up these stats and has played this well with 2 different coaches just in his first 2 years. People got to remember that. I think this guy is going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the years to come, and I think he's already cemented himself as a top 5 quarterback. Coming in at number 3, I got Tom Brady. Now, before all these Tom Brady fans get all wild in the comment section saying, how do you have him number 3? Remember, this is right now. Who is the best right now, not of all time. Remember that. But nothing taken away from Brady, still pretty darn good. At the age of 44, he threw 43 touchdown passes last season, averaging 312 yards passing per game, a 102.1 passer rating. It's just insane. He is still one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, he also threw for 5,316 yards this season. He came less than 200 yards away from breaking the record for most passing yards in a single season. I mean, he was that close to breaking it, and he really has not shown any sign of slowing down. I mean, he retired and now came back. I don't think anyone thought he was really done. I mean, he can just I mean, his accuracy has not lost a step. The velocity on his throws has not lost anything whatsoever. He's playing as good as football as he ever has right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how he goes into this season. He still has weapons. I think Tom Brady, yeah, he is. He can't take off and run. He can't make the gutsiest throws, but he is. I mean, the tough, the long bomb throws. But he is still one of the better quarterbacks in this league, and I have him coming in at number 3 for right now. Coming in at number 2, I have the two-time back-to-back MVP. The back-to-back MVP who's won the MVP the last 2 years. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. Um, Look, Aaron Rodgers has quietly put together one of the best two-season stretches we have ever seen in NFL history. He's thrown for 90 touchdown passes to just 10 interceptions in the last 2 years, including the postseason. I mean, that's a 9 to freaking 1 ratio. Look, and his team has gone 26-6 over the last 2 years. His passer rating in the past 2 seasons in 2020 was 121.5, and last season 111.9. Now, last season wasn't as explosive as his 2020 season. I wouldn't make that my case for why he's going to slow down this year. But here's my thing. He lost Davante Adams, and I think Davante Adams, the emergence of Davante Adams in the 2019 season, I think is kind of what shifted Aaron Rodgers back to being a prime Aaron Rodgers. Because if you remember, Aaron Rodgers was in 2017 and 2018, he wasn't the same anymore. And he suddenly got back as soon as this guy Davante Adams popped up. And Davante Adams isn't there anymore. Aaron Rodgers is still going to be Aaron Rodgers, making great throws and all. But it's really the receiving core has a lot of question marks. Christian Watson is a rookie receiver who's really a boom or bust kind of a player. He has all the intangibles. Can he bring it all together and be a great player? We'll see. Sammy Watkins hasn't done anything productive over the last couple of years. So, it's really up in the air right now with that Packers offense and how it is going to look, which is why I think he's going to slow down a bit. I think he's going to miss Davante Adams. I think Davante Adams is a big reason for his success over the last couple of years. And you also got to take into consideration the playoffs. He hasn't played particularly bad in the playoffs, but you saw it this past year against the 49ers in the divisional round. It's not that he's playing bad, and it's not that they lost because of him, but he's not stepping up. If you're going to be one of the greats, you need to be able to step up when no one else is and pull your team through for victory, and he has not done that. Yes, he did not throw a game-losing pick. He didn't fumble. He didn't miss a wide-open receiver, but he just disappeared. He didn't do anything. He didn't step up. So, in my opinion, that's why Aaron Rodgers is not the best quarterback in football. And, it's a very hot debate who is the best. I think there's 3 guys who a lot of people would say, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and now the next guy on my list. But, yeah. And then coming in at number 1, I got Patrick Mahomes, a.k.a. the Grim Reaper, a.k.a. Superman Holmes, a.k.a. Mahomeboy. Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in football, and you can make the same argument for him. He's not going to have Tyreek Hill, and he's had Tyreek Hill his whole career. I don't think it's the same. I don't think Tyreek Hill is as good as Davante Adams was, and with Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes in his career without Tyreek Hill is 4-1 and has a good touchdown to interception ratio. And I think the Chiefs, unlike the Packers, have replaced Tyreek Hill pretty well. Sure, they haven't gotten as an explosive of a player as Tyreek Hill, but they've gotten a lot of good top, number 2 kind of receivers in the likes of Juju Smith-Schuster, Sky Moore, Justin Ross potentially, Josh Gordon coming back, Mecole Hardman, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who they took from the Packers, by the way. So, I think Patrick Mahomes is in a much better situation. I think he's a better player. Look, you also got to remember Patrick Mahomes. This is only his 5th season as a starter coming up. Aaron Rodgers has been doing it for now, I think, 15 seasons as a starter. And, Patrick Mahomes is still learning. He's still a young quarterback. Last season was probably his worst season as a starter. which it wasn't a bad season. He threw 37 touchdown passes, and he had a 98.5 rating, team to a 12-5 record. For the Mahomes, everyone was saying after that 3-4 start that Mahomes was figured out, that the Chiefs are done. They wound up winning 9 out of their next 10 in the regular season, and then won 2 straight playoff games to reach the conference championship, and had a 21-3 lead and let it slip away. Patrick Mahomes is the best because he elevates everyone around him, and I think he has the athletic ability that Aaron Rodgers does not have, but also then has the mindset that some of these other talented quarterbacks don't have, and the knowledge of the game that some of these other quarterbacks do not have. And in the playoffs, he does not disappear whatsoever. Last season in the playoffs, this man threw 11 touchdowns through his 3 playoff games, and had a 118.8 passer rating, rushed for nearly 100 yards as a quarterback. He was great. And, people like to blame that conference game on him. It wasn't on him. Yes, he could have done better, but in the first half, he played perfect football. And in the second half, his so-called top-tier receiver, Tyreek Hill, dropped a key pass on a 3rd down that could have changed the momentum of the game. And by the way, those who want to say Patrick Mahomes had 13 interceptions last season, blah, blah, blah. 6 of his 13 interceptions last year were passes that were in his receiver's hand that was dropped and caught off the deflection by the defender. You can't make that stuff up. Patrick Mahomes is the best. So that's my top 5. I'm sure there's some guys missing that you guys may think, oh, how is he not in here? But I just think that guys who, I'm not going to name drop these other guys because they're not in my top 5, so I don't think they're worth mentioning because this is a top 5 video. But I just think that some of these other guys haven't proven enough that the guys on this list have. So comment down below what you guys think though, and other than that, I'll see you guys next time.